Driver Shortage Explained clearly by Charlie Gracie, July 6, 2026, on Trucking Sense, Road Dog Trucking. Charles said the following: if America has supposedly found a truck driver shortage for almost 40 years, why hasn't the market behaved like one? Trucking is the perfect example of supply and demand. If there was a shortage of something, then there would be extreme pay for something. If there was a scarcity of anything, prices would rise. Employers would compete against each other. Conditions would improve. People would chase the opportunity. That is Economics 101. That is basic business. Where are the bidding wars? Where are the exploding wages? Says Charles. Charles goes on to say, if nearly 40,000 new CDLs are issued every year in the United States, where do those drivers go? They got a trucking job, but not the job that the recruiter or the CDL school sold them on. By week 4, they quit, left. Or within 1 year, they left the trucking industry altogether. And then another 400,000 comes on in. So I'm adding some words to it. Bear with me. Today, many drivers are getting paid what drivers nearly 20 years ago were getting paid. Their earnings are going to truck stops for food, supplies, everywhere they turn. Sometimes they was never taught how to manage their money. They had no idea. And money was going down the drain. Not only was they losing money in pay or sitting at docks being unpaid, they didn't know how to manage their finances. That was not being taught to them by CDL schools or trucking companies. So the very people that are saying that there's a driver shortage are the very same people who are trying to suppress the wages so they can find cheap labor. Okay, well said, Charles. But what about the real reasons why many need to say there's a driver shortage? The word driver shortage is not going away. This is me talking. In your 3-hour show, it was barely talked about the reasons why. Why is the need for this term, driver shortage? Who benefits from it? Private CDL schools, mega trucking companies, government leaders, each senators. They want highway bills. They want build bridges. Whatever. They want the money. Their job is to get the money. And when it comes to trucking, we have a severe driver shortage, so we need to get millions and trillions of dollars into our states for projects. Yeah. The FMCSA and AAMVA, they need that term. They use it to make CDL training easier, put new drivers in the seats of tractor trailer drive and in an 80,000-pound missile who are unprepared. The term's never going to go away. What is more important to talk about is the FMCSA and the AAMVA enabling poor quality CDL training to CDL students. What questions need to be asked? Tough questions to ask Sean Duffy and Derek Barr about CDL school training. But first, you need to understand what is happening at many CDL schools today, because they'll just give you the simple answer. Well, we're going to do audits, we're going to do this, and we're going to get rid of the CDL mills, when many CDL schools, if they stay accredited, state licensed, they are doing the same thing. They're not bad CDL schools, but most of them are just teaching to the test, because the FMCSA went in 2022 never really clearly defined the issue. They know what's going on, but did they say, wait a minute, we got an issue here, we need to clarify that entry-level driving training and the modernization, the testing, are two separate entities, and CDL schools must be teaching this. But there again, if you don't have alley docking on the test or parallel parking on the test, they'll just run the students through a couple quick maneuvers and say, yeah, they professional, they ready. They all find loopholes. They'll put it on the curriculum. They'll even write it down. It's on the curriculum. And still not have to teach it fully. So the student is proficient and knows how to back up. And then when the student gets a job, the company sends them back home because they can't back up. In Canada, I believe, in Ontario, they have alley docking on the test, but not in the USA, because it might delay students from getting into a trucking job, because FMCSA, AAM, and all the lobbyists will say there's a driver shortage. We got to cut the red tape, etc. So, who's going to step up and hold the FMCSA accountable? Who? That's all I want to know, is who is going to hold them accountable? You can talk about driver shortage all you want. That is not a major issue. Just a talking point that CDL schools, mega companies, all of them, that's what they talk about all the time. And there's reasons why they do that. The real issue is driving CDL training standards. That's the real issue. See you in the next run. Be safe out there. Share the video, and maybe someone else will do a better job than what I'm doing talking about it. Go to Charles and say, hey, Charles, Rob, Adam, someone, talk about the real issues. Get Derek Barr, Sean Duffy onto your show and hold them accountable. See you on the next run.